Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Alex from Rants, and I want to talk about the ending of Raw, January 19th, the go-home show before the Royal Rumble. And it was interesting. It was an interesting match, but to set it up earlier in the night, John Cena said that he'll do anything for Ziggler and Ryback and Rowan to get their jobs back. And so the authority said, okay, anything, John? You win your match tonight, and they get their jobs back. But they didn't announce who his opponent or opponents was at the time. And they said they had the WWE fans vote on the app whether they wanted to see Cena wrestle tonight or not. And you know that it was obvious that the majority of the fans would say yes. For whatever reason, the majority of the fans would say yes. So that was obvious. It's just a ploy to get more people to download their app and use their app. It's smart on their part, smart from a business standpoint, but it was just a ploy. So anyways, the majority of fans, 85% of the fans said yes, and like I said, that wasn't a shock. But we didn't know who his opponent or opponents were. But one of his opponents was Seth Rollins, and that was pretty predictable. But his other opponents were Kane and Big Show, so it was a handicap match. I'm like, okay, how is Super Cena going to win tonight? It was an interesting match, but you know that Super Cena is somehow going to win. And you know also that they're just not going to brush Ryback, Ziggler, and Rowan aside and not have them in the Rumble. So you know somehow they're going to come back. I mean, it wouldn't make sense to completely disregard those guys for the Royal Rumble. So anyways, the match itself wasn't that great, but from a storyline standpoint, it was more interesting. And I was speculating, okay, is Ambrose or Reigns going to come out and help? Or Daniel Bryan, someone going to come out and help? And all of a sudden, towards the end of the match, Sting comes out of nowhere, and the crowd goes crazy. And like I said, the match itself wasn't that great. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't the most exciting. The most exciting thing about it was the storyline. And so Sting comes out, crowd goes crazy, and Seth Rollins gets distracted. Cena pins Rollins, and Rowan, Ziggler, and Ryback all have their jobs. Triple H is livid. He says, no, 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 and the crowd's like, yes, yes, yes. Well, the majority of the crowd. That was a great moment. But yeah, so Super Cena wins via the distraction. You knew he was going to win somehow. And Rollins and the security are seen running away. Oh, before that, Lesnar comes out. F5's Kane attacks Big Show. It goes crazy. And all of a sudden, I'm not saying all, but a good portion of the crowd was rooting for Lesnar now, which makes it a little more interesting. Obviously, he's a heel, but you know there's going to be some fans rooting for Lesnar. I'm mixed on him, but you know some fans at the Rumble are going to be rooting for him. He's a beast. There's no question about it. And then Rollins and the security runs away like wimps from Lesnar. I don't blame them. I'd probably run away too in a second, but still, I thought that was a cool ending. And yeah, so one thing I noticed tonight that it was a very pro Cena crowd for the most part. I mean, you did hear some Cena sucks chants here and there, but for the most part, people were rooting for Cena. And the thing is that yeah, there may have been a lot of kids there, and most kids like Cena. But one thing I don't like is the fact that the WWE manipulates or tries to manipulate the crowd into rooting for Cena. And I'm not knocking the guy in real life. I don't know him in real life, obviously. He seems like a nice guy, and he does a lot for the troops and kids and stuff like that. And that's all great. But his character is boring. It's predictable. It's been the same character for over 10 years. And the WWE does everything within their power to try to get the crowd to root for this guy. I'm sick of seeing him at top. Give someone else a chance. I mean, it's ridiculous. It would be more exciting. More people would tune in if it was less predictable. It would be more interesting. That's just my opinion. Give someone else a chance. Come on, Cena has had his time. It's been a decade. Oh, okay, I know in between that decade, there's been other wrestlers to have the title. I understand that. But for the most part, Cena has either had the title or has been in the title picture. So that's my thoughts on him. And you know that Rollins was put in the match most likely for this reason. He's most likely going to be the guy who gets pinned. So then Lesnar or Cena won't look weak. Now, there is a possibility that he could get pinned, but then he could cash in. So that could be interesting. So let me know what you guys think. Did you like the ending of Raw? Who do you think's going to win the heavyweight title match? Cena, Lesnar, or Rollins? Who do you think's going to win the Royal Rumble? What was your favorite part about the ending of Raw? Or if you didn't like it, let me know. Feel free to follow me on Twitter at Rants and like our Facebook page. All you need to do is type in Ring Rants, and also I'll be providing the links below, so you can just click on them too. And one last thing, pretty soon I'll be making a video with my Ring Rants crew, and we'll be making our Royal Rumble predictions more in detail. This is just a sneak preview of it. So be on the lookout for that. Thanks for watching. Tell your friends about us. Feel free to subscribe to me. And I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks.